Hey everyone, welcome back to the Deep Dive. Ready to trade those dusty old research piles for some sparkling new insights?
I hope so.
Today, we're taking you deep into the world of Forestry Machinery Technician.
We're going beyond just the basics here. This deep dive is all about understanding what this career really entails, especially for someone like you who's looking towards the future.
And we're going deep with a stack of career resources from RoleCatcher.
Sounds good.
They cover everything from the day-to-day realities to potential career paths.
Great.
Now, I always picture this job as mainly about getting your hands dirty with wrenches and grease, but our sources suggest there's a lot more to it.
That's right. What's fascinating is how this role blends those traditional mechanical skills with some seriously cutting-edge technology. Think of it as a blend of brawn and brains, all set against the backdrop of the forest.
Brawn A&D brains. Okay, you've got my attention. So for someone who might be picturing a dusty old workshop, what kind of brains are we talking about here?
The sources highlight specialized software and data recording systems as key tools of the trade. You're not just fixing a machine, you're analyzing performance data, troubleshooting complex systems, and potentially even doing some programming.
Wow, so it's not just about being handy with a wrench anymore. You need to be tech savvy too. That
Yeah.
changes the game completely. What else makes this career path stand out, in your expert opinion?
One thing that really struck me in the RoleCatcher guides is how clearly they lay out the career progression. They outline 4 distinct stages, from entry level all the way up to senior technician, each with clear responsibilities and expectations.
Now that is useful.
Yeah.
I can see why you were impressed. So many career guides just throw a bunch of tasks at you, but knowing there's a structured path for growth, that's got to be reassuring for someone just starting out, right?
Exactly. And they go a step further, offering sample profiles for each stage, almost like getting a sneak peek into the daily life and career trajectory of someone actually doing the job.
That's brilliant. Talk about bringing the career path to life. It's one thing to read a list of tasks, but to get a sense of the actual day-to-day, the challenges, the rewards, that's invaluable. Let's dive into that a bit, shall we? What's life really like for someone starting out as an entry-level forestry machinery technician?
Well, at the entry level, you're really laying the groundwork. Think of it as an apprenticeship for the machines themselves.
So lots of hands-on learning.
Absolutely. The guides emphasize tasks like cleaning, lubricating, inspecting equipment, really getting to know these massive machines inside and out. You'd be assisting more experienced technicians with repairs and troubleshooting, picking up those essential skills through observation and hands-on experience.
Okay, so starting with the basics, but here's where it gets really interesting, the tech side, right? Because even at the entry level, those digital tools are becoming essential.
Right. It's crucial to build a strong foundation with that specialized software and those data recording systems early on. Imagine, as an apprentice, you're not just handing someone a wrench, you're learning to interpret diagnostic readouts alongside them. That's a skill set for the future.
Exactly. It's like, forget fetching coffee. The new generation of apprentices is fetching data points. It's hands-on, but high-tech. A pretty cool combo. So how does that blend of skills and knowledge evolve as you move up to a junior technician?
At that next level, you're taking on more responsibility. It's less about basic maintenance and more about actual repairs. The RoleCatcher profile talks about troubleshooting electrical and mechanical issues, utilizing that software we talked about to monitor performance, and even assisting in developing preventative maintenance schedules.
So you're not just reacting to problems, you're starting to anticipate them using data to predict potential issues before they even arise.
Exactly, and that requires a whole different skill set. The junior technician profile emphasizes the importance of strong troubleshooting and problem-solving skills. It also highlights the importance of teamwork, working closely with senior technicians to diagnose complex issues and brainstorm solutions.
So you're still learning, still collaborating, but now you're the one with the wrench in your hand making the call on the fix. Must be a pretty empowering feeling. And then from junior, you move on to intermediate. Is that when you really get to spread your wings, so to speak?
That's right. At the intermediate level, you're expected to independently handle those complex repairs. The guides specifically mention intricate systems like hydraulics and pneumatics, which are crucial for powering the movement of those massive forestry machines. Imagine the strength and precision needed to operate equipment like that.
It's like being a surgeon, but for giant machines. You need steady hands, nerves of steel, and a deep understanding of how all those intricate parts work together. And I'm guessing there's not always a manual handy, especially if you're out in the field.
You're right. This is where the ability to think on your feet becomes crucial. Intermediate technicians often find themselves diagnosing problems and coming up with solutions on site, sometimes in pretty remote locations.
Okay, so a love of the outdoors is definitely a plus, though maybe not a fear of mud.
Probably not. And speaking of being out in the elements, safety is paramount in this field.
Makes sense when you're dealing with heavy machinery and sometimes unpredictable environments.
Exactly. The work can be physically demanding, requiring strict adherence to safety protocols, but the rewards can be substantial, both personally and professionally. Think about it. You're playing a vital role in a crucial industry, keeping those machines running that help manage our forests.
And as you reach the pinnacle of senior forestry machinery technician, that sense of responsibility, of leadership must be incredible. What kind of skills and knowledge do you need to master to reach that top tier?
At the senior level, you've become more than just a technician. You're a leader, a strategist, even a bit of a budget whiz.
Wait, hold on, budgets. I thought we were talking about fixing machines, not crunching numbers.
It's all connected. At that senior level, you're leading a team of technicians, optimizing performance across the board, and yes, even managing budgets for maintenance and upgrades. You have to understand the costs associated with downtime, the value of preventative maintenance, and the long-term investment in new technologies.
So you're not just thinking about the here and now, you're thinking about the future of the operation, making sure those machines are running smoothly and efficiently for years to come. Talk about a legacy.
And the learning never stops. The industry is constantly evolving, with new technologies and practices emerging all the time. Senior technicians are expected to stay at the forefront of those advancements, continuously expanding their knowledge base to incorporate the latest and greatest.
It sounds like this career path really rewards those who have a thirst for knowledge, who are adaptable, who enjoy a challenge. Not to mention being comfortable behind the wheel, right? Because you mentioned earlier that transporting those massive machines might be part of the job.
You've got a great memory, and you're right, having a commercial driver's license can be a major advantage. The job often involves moving those behemoths between work sites, sometimes over long distances.
So to recap, you need mechanical skills, tech savvy, problem-solving abilities, a cool head under pressure, and maybe even a good playlist for those long hauls. It's like a multifaceted career rolled into one.
It is. And, as technology continues to advance and the industry embraces new practices, I think we'll see even more specialized roles emerging.
Like what? Give us a glimpse into the crystal ball. What does the future hold for the tech-savvy forestry machinery technician?
Well, imagine this someone who becomes the expert in the software that controls these massive forestry machines.
Oh, wow.
They'd be like the code whisperer, optimizing performance, troubleshooting glitches, maybe even developing custom programs for specific tasks.
So instead of just using the technology, they're shaping it.
Right.
That's next level stuff. And I bet those skills would be in high demand as the industry becomes more and more reliant on these advanced systems.
Exactly. Or picture this a specialization in sustainable maintenance practices.
Okay.
Someone who's not just keeping the machines running, but doing it in a way that minimizes environmental impact.
Right.
They'd be on the cutting edge of eco-friendly lubricants, fuel-efficient techniques, maybe even experimenting with alternative energy sources for these machines.
Okay, now that's exciting. It's like taking this already crucial role and layering on a whole other level of purpose, ensuring that the industry can thrive while minimizing its footprint.
Yeah,
It strikes me that this isn't just a job. It's a career with a real sense of mission.
absolutely. And with a stable employment outlook and the potential for these kinds of specializations, it's a career path with a bright future.
Music to a job seeker's ears. But let's get real for a moment.
Sure.
We've talked about the technical skills, the problem solving, the high-tech tools. But what about the personality type? Who thrives in a role like this?
Based on everything we've uncovered, someone who enjoys problem solving, working with their hands, and isn't afraid of a little grease under their fingernails would be a natural fit.
Definitely not a desk job. It sounds like you need a good deal of self-reliance too, especially when you're out on those remote work sites.
Resourcefulness is key. You have to be able to think on your feet, improvise solutions when necessary, and stay calm under pressure. That MacGyver instinct you mentioned earlier, that's gold in this field.
It's that perfect blend of technical expertise and that almost pioneer spirit problem solving, someone who can diagnose a hydraulics issue with their eyes closed, but also improvise a fix with a piece of wire and a pine cone if they have to.
You nailed it. It's that combination of knowledge and ingenuity that truly defines a successful forestry machinery technician.
This has been such an eye-opening dive into the world of forestry machinery technicians. So for anyone listening who's feeling inspired to explore this career path further, What's their next step? Where would you point them for more information?
RoleCatcher has been our guide for this deep dive, and their website is a fantastic resource for anyone wanting to dig deeper.
Yeah.
They've got detailed career guides, interview tips, salary insights, the works.
Perfect. We'll make sure to link to those resources in our show notes so you can check them out. Any final words of wisdom for our listeners who might be picturing themselves in those sturdy boots, navigating the forests, and keeping those massive machines humming?
Embrace the challenges, never stop learning, and remember that you're playing a vital role in a sustainable future. One machine, one forest, one technological advancement at a time.
Perfectly said. A huge thank you to our expert for sharing their insights and for illuminating this truly fascinating career path. And to all of you tuning in, remember, knowledge is power, so keep those research piles growing, keep those questions coming, and we'll catch you on the next deep dive.